Hi in the Denners, hope to find you well. Hello to all the new subscribers, hello to all the old subscribers, and welcome to this video on the Gloomhaven scenery update. Okay, I'm not going to go over fully on the scenery. I do have the other video on the scenery a little bit more, so have a look at that. This is just really an update to some changes that's been made to the pack. Okay, and just let you know a few other bits and pieces and some new additions which I think you're going to like on there to complete the pack, and just some explanation of what's going on with it. So if you've not looked at it all before, have a look back at some of the previous videos and then jump back into this one. After this I will be doing something if you are interested in the Kingdom Death Monster. If you are here because you think it's a Lego one, which I haven't done for a while, I admit. I have done a Lego one and I'll be putting that up again soon, so pretty much busy with all the scenery stuff. Anyway, straight into the Gloomhaven thing. As you know, I've been putting out the whole set, which has been very, very busy for the scenery. Now, there's a couple of things that I've changed in the pack. Now, there were the pictures on at the end of the last video, and you'll see the big layout of all the components. A little bit difficult to photograph on this occasion because currently everything's coming through in the orange materials, as I've said before. You know, I just go with whatever material I've got at the time, and currently it's a lot of orange. I think purples are coming through at the moment and things like that, so there may be some differentiation, which is listed in the other video. Now, there was a couple of things in the collection which I wasn't happy about in the way that some of them, how they printed. Not that they were, you know, a bad design or anything, but they just didn't come across with the print, and a couple of things I needed to change. And the first one was the rubble. Okay, rubble is quite a difficult print, the one that I was showing on there, and I've come up with a different one, which I haven't finished on the paint. I've just based it out, but it's a lot chunkier. It's a really good one as well. They're both good actually, but for whatever reason, on the printers at the moment, it's not coming out with the detail I would like, and it's very, very faint detail. Good, you can see we can pick it out, but you are better off with a shall we say, a chunkier variety. Anyway, so there's a change to the rubble, which, to be honest with you, I don't think you've really noticed. Also, the walls. Now, on the pictures of the walls, and what I've been putting out on previous things is I've done. The list asked for 6 walls, and 6 walls went in. They were a 2 hex straight, a 2 hex with a bend, and 2 1 hexes. Now, in the game, the walls are represented by 2 hex with the bend, like that. Okay, on the list, on the print list or the samples and things like that, I got slightly different ones. What I've done is I've now standardized, so all packs going out will have the 2 hex with the bend as per the game. Okay, if people want to mix up variety, I will be making sort of mixed up packs of odd items later on. You know, we can do a variety pack and you can swap and change, but for the standardized pack, then this will be the case. So the walls are changing, the rubble's changing, and up until now the tree trunks, the fallen logs, have been that sort of size, and also a much thinner one. Okay, so there's a couple of varieties gone into the packs. Now, that's changed. I'm making that. It's easier to print and speeds it up if we have the larger one. The larger one, I think, is a bit easier to paint, and it looks a bit more of an imposing structure. They're equally as nice, but just for ease of production, and I'll tell you about production in a minute, it was easier to settle on one fallen tree, log, whatever it's called, in there. Okay, so that's that. In addition to that, barrels. Now, standardization of barrels. I think up until now I've had so many different printouts of barrels. There were barrels with ropes round, there were barrels with copper bands round. We're going to stick to those. Those are the ones with the 2 bands round with the studs, and that's the barrels that I can be putting out. No changes to anything else. Yeah, everything else is the same. Bushes may change. not dramatically, but may have more of a sort of a leaf imprint on, but these are all sort of minor tweaks, and this is what you're going to expect as you go on. It's not going to be mega, nothing larger than that. Obviously the print material at the moment is orange, as I mentioned before. Okay, so that's going to be the changes that you can expect through on the packs going through. Other than that, everything else is the same. Now, the packs that have been offer are about 120 pieces, but they were missing 2 items, the totem and the tree. Now, both of those I had issues with printing. I went through where they had to have what we call they had a filler. They had support material around them, and support material is extremely expensive. It's so time consuming, and not only when it's printing but also to dissolve and so on, and it made the whole thing really too much to bother with. And that was my tree, and I want to show some close-up pictures of that I painted up. That was done with the thing. There's no difference in product, but managed now to get all the settings right, and now look at these trees. Now, I know you won't be able to see too well on the picture, but these trees look fantastic, and I've done them messy, sloppy, and they've actually got filaments of plastic between them. Looks like cobwebs. Really good, and I want to paint one of these up just to see if I can get that highlight on the cobwebs going. It's just really sort of spooky tree. So the tree and the totems, both small and large, there's 6 of these in the set. Okay, all these things did prove a bit of a problem, but I can print them now, but they do take a little bit longer, so I'm going to offer these 2 items as an extra to the normal pack. So you can either have the normal bulky pack with all the stuff in and miss these 2, or you can have the bulky pack plus these, because the issue is, how do you post that? How do you package and make sure that if that travels halfway around the world, or around the world, it's actually going to get there in one piece? So I've got to look at the packaging. So all this, you know, let's be honest, it takes time and money, and if it goes in with these, I'm thinking of a nice little box inside a bigger box to put the other stuff. Alright, so that'll be reflective of that. But it won't be printed on the mainstream. These will be printed as separates. Now, a lot of people have asked, how long does it take to print and how much material? There's about 1 kilo here in the basic set. That's 1 kilo of material. Okay, so you work out 1.75 mil is the gauge, and 1 kilo of that, and it's not the cheap stuff either. So how long does it take to print? Well, the Gloomhaven basic selection, currently there are 4 Ultimaker 3s running, and there's 2 Anycubics either side of me here, which would normally be running, but you wouldn't hear me, and I've got an A6 in the corner that runs as well. The Gloomhaven pack is split into 6 lots. Each lot takes 20 hours. So if you think 6 machines working 20 hours, 1 set comes off. That's excellent if it stayed like that. It doesn't. If you've had any sort of 3D printed, you know, it's great what you think, and then suddenly you can lose a whole batch. Now, the way that these are split up in 120 pieces, that's quite a lot of pieces, 20 odd pieces on each plate. If you lose one, if it starts to go wrong, you'll lose that 20 pieces out of the cycle. So, and this week has been a week of failures. There's been a huge amount going wrong. So, just the way the job is. There we are. Okay, but we like those challenges in the den. It wouldn't be fun. Okay, those are the changes. Those are the new additions. Think you'll like those. I think they look really, really cool. And I'm really pleased that I can print them without any messing around. I love the way that what I did was, for those techniques, obviously you'll know, we turned down the retraction, and it leaves a bit of filament flying around, which makes for a really spooky effort. Okay, last thing, I've opened up a Facebook page. I think that's a really good medium to do little updates and packs. There's all sorts of stuff that I want to sort of get rid of. Loads of 3D printed boxes there. People would perhaps want all sorts of stuff, you know, where I've just prototypes, and it'd be nice just to add packs on for people to make use of. So we can offer those through the Facebook page. So I'll put the Facebook page link on. That's where I'm going to do little updates. Obviously, if it's a major update, we'll put it on the video. And last but not least, I am an avid charity supporter, especially dogs charities. That's where my heart lies. And I'm doing, if you're from the UK, I'm doing the Great North Run this year. And I'm going to be doing London Marathon, and it will be for a dogs charity. And what I intend to do is, as you've probably seen with all the photographs I've been putting up of the collection, okay, so far, I will be looking to auction a full Gloomhaven scenery painted job. In my thing, obviously not a professional painter, but some people have quite liked the pieces. Okay, so I think that'll be coming up in the next, well, it's going to be at least a good few weeks, isn't it, by the time I can get round to paint the rest, because there's a lot of pieces there. Okay, so that's something on the horizon. I'm going to have to put that on the Facebook page, because that's a good thing. Obviously you can catch me on Board Game Geek as well. My tag over there is Adam Tin, and have a look on there, and if you have any questions at all, then fire them off, and I'll answer them the best as I can. So thanks very much for the new subscribers coming in, reaching out to the gaming groups. Thanks very much for old subscribers. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like this, then please subscribe, because invariably there's going to be more. Okay, thanks very much, take care, bye.